Greetings everyone, and Great here with another H-Bars 3 replay. Spawn on top left side as the red Spanish, we have Commerialpot. Spawn on bottom right side as the blue Indians, we have Robin7772968. When it comes to natives and map, we of course got the Sufi Mosque, we gave you access to the Puz Balash, and to the Berbers, we gave you access to the Berber Camel Rider, the Berber Nomad, and the Salty Camel. Clearly the best native unit in the entire game.
Adesh?
We do have, let's see. We actually do have a deck selected right now by the Indian player. We do have a land deck. We got the Favorable Karma, allows monk attack and hit points increase, allows Indian monks to train tigers, which I believe you can get up to 5, and they're pretty well statted. The Wood Trickle, Wood Coin, Dravidian Martial Arts, Sea Poise, Sours, Camel Attack, Desert Terror, Diplomatic Intrigue, more Wood Trickle, Spice Trade, more Wood, Rumby Swordsman, which are neither classified as heavy nor light infantry, they're just classified as infantry. Gurkhas, more Gurkhas, Sours, British East India Company, Zamburuks, Siege Elephants, Mount Lancers, the Sour Regiment, which does give him a Manzabari Sour as well, and 3 Siege Elephants. The Spanish has a land deck, Villagers, Capitalism, more Villagers, Wood Coin, Archaic Infantry hit points, Rodialos, Cavalry hit points, Road to Claim the New World, Irish Brigadiers, Wood Rodialos, War Rodialos, Hussars, Lancers, more Lancers, Labros, Falconets, Spanish Gold, Higher Armored Pistoliers, Hussars, Culverins, Heavy Cannon, Factory. Looks like Pumbaa will be defeated, and Red will claim the treasure that he has claimed. Commercial has discovered a written record of philosophical problem-solving theory or found experience and has no worries. It was protected by a boar and by a lion, which is clearly a Lion King reference. We do also got a Lardio to support out the explorer Don Pizarro. It may kill these colonial gunslingers to steal their food. The governor is now being researched, and over here we do have, was it the Augury Fort? Yep, the Augury Fort.
Tayyar. Huh? Adesh?
We do now have a market going on up. Both of them looks like going to be aging up relatively the same time. It looks like the Indian player will age up first.
Tayyar.
And it looks like the Indian player does not have enough food for another villager, or not food, wood. Now he does. Of course, the wood collection rate is not great, and so it's a little bit more difficult for the Indians to maintain a steady supply of income for their villagers. One reason why those trickle researches were actually quite handy. He does get a pair of sepoy of the Augury Fort, and now we do have some Raputs, the shock infantry for the Indians. Honey Badger does go down. Oh, and Red's actually going for a trading post here with the Berbers. So he may be eyeing for the Berber Camel Riders, or he may be eyeing for the Berber Nomads. He is auto-building this one. We'll throw a couple torches here before after it gets fully built. The Explorer and the Doggo should be able to deal with the Sepoys no problem, but now got their handful of Rapoots. Rapoots, as I mentioned beforehand, are oh no, they're classified as heavy, not shock. My bad. Huh, they have higher attack speed than I remember. Are they just straight up better than Rodialos? And it do cost more, I think. He is currently not building anything from the trading post here. He could go for a round of War Dogs, help him engage his force. War Dogs are not bad. And there goes the trading post. It was worth a shot, to say the least. We do have only an outpost here as well. Red does have a trade post down here. So does blue. And this crater here does not have any fishies available. Trade post now seeing some damage. Our Poots do have good siege damage. And our Spanish players going for Fast Fortress, upgrading to the Scout. The trading post will quickly go on down. You now have a church researched or built. They'll just be shipped on in, going for around on musketeers. That'll be handy against the Rapoots. 12 damage, even though they have a slight attack speed, was still less than musketeers. A Zarb now being put on the field, which will have trouble versus the Sepoys and versus the Rapoots. And Sepoys do get forced on back there. Musketeers do have 150 health, 13 damage. I suppose actually are inferior to the Rapoots in DPS since they do have slower attack speed. Musketeers only do cost 100, while Sepoys do cost 120.
See?
There's a round of Hussars there. It does have shipment available. We may go for the Falconets. Or Spanish Gold. Spanish Gold is not uncommon for the first shipment for Fortress. Yep, going for Spanish Gold. Oh, there's a pyramid there. The pyramid has dry rations to give him 175 food. And now do you have a shipment of Azaps been brought in from the Ottoman allies? Now we're gonna upgrade our deployment of the Taj Mahal, which will give him 800 coin rebate. And also gives him ceasefire ability. More Sepoys now being pulled on the field. We do have the Rapoots making their way forward. They should be quickly killed off by all this force. Does take out one of the Rapoots immediately. The Explorer and the Doggo engaging. Rapoots getting hit by those Hussars. And when they're in low numbers, they can be easily overwhelmed by these Hussars. He probably could have took those shots and engaged. And the round Sepoy is not being built. Got a shipment there for the Indian. He does have the foreign lodging researched. And now the Spanish player is going for a round of skirmishers to engage the Sepoys and the Rapoots. I'm going for a shipment of wood. And now bringing some disciplined sepoys as well.
Hello.
Tayar.
Red is now eyeing for the trade post once again. There's a round of hussars. The elephant will be bashing head against the trading post. Need some decent damage there since it's in the construction state. A couple of Raputs charging the way forward. They can get quickly picked off there if Red's paying enough attention. And now we do see the veteran musketeer research. More sepoys now being pulled on out. Raputs pushing away forward, splitting up. That one goes down. This one's getting whittled down by the outpost. One more shot and he should go down. It's out of range though. And looks like that one Raput does get bashed in the head. Artillery foundry now built. He may be eyeing for some falconets. Going for a shipment of Gurkhas. And now bring in the disciplined Gurkha research. Shipment of Lancers. Which will be very effective versus those Gurkhas. But they will do some decent damage versus everything else as well. Also bringing a shipment of siege elephants. It's going for the round of Berber nomads. They do offer a better collection rate from natural resources, but bad at agriculture. And supposedly they are better in groups. Various church and blacksmith research, or arsenal research now being, well, researched. More of the Berber nomads being brought on in will get maxed out very shortly. It's still not a bad idea to go for the Salted Camel, because it can give you 20 villagers collection on a single 10,000 coin deposit and lasts you quite some time. Silver mines in comparison only can support 2,000 coin rather than 10,000. So need to move around 5 times less. Siege elephants do get a good volley there. This Berber nomad should be built before it gets destroyed. Got decent force here of 51 versus a force of 43. We number them on Lancers and Hussars, which are 2 population units. Siege elephants are more or less an anti-siege unit, an anti-structure unit, rather than a fire support unit. And I do have the Calabaros, which will increase the damage that Lancers perform against infantry by 100%, either 5 times 4 multiplier rather than times 3. Very good, since his opponent's composition is basically nearly entirely composed of infantry. He does get some delis. Does not get any connection on the siege elephants. Now his lancers are turbocharged. Now at PopCap, bring bowling on some culverins to counter barrage the siege elephants. Going for culverins to engage the siege elephants is actually not really that important in my opinion, since they're not really a fire support unit. Oh, sorry, I just saw your Rumble comment. Welcome to the stream. Let's look at the house there. Red does have a sizable force here. Now they're starting to connect, or maybe not. ASAPs are mixed on in, which they do good damage versus light cavalry at range, but they do have good all cavalry in melee. Lancers unable to connect to the infantry set. The Lancers need to push forward and hit the infantry, while the other forces can engage the elephants. The Brahmins are starting to go on down now. And the Lancers are being killed off quite a little bit there. Can move forward and engage the Gurkhas. There you go, Lancers starting to engage the Gurkhas now. They will two-shot those Gurkhas. They can quickly rip them all apart once they're connected, but he does lose his front line there. Now he just only has the skirmishers remaining. Yep, and that's what happens if you get to your cavalry tied up on hitting your opponent's cavalry. Lancers are only really good versus infantry. They can engage cavalry, but they're not. They far from excel at it. You got a good number of falconets now pulling the field. Bring in Sherman falconets as well. So 5 falconets would be quite good, but the siege elephants are a counter siege unit, dealing 250% more damage versus artillery. So they will do 100 damage against artillery units. Falconets have 200 health, so they will two-shot them. Another pair of falconets there. Let's go hit down the falconets. Does two-shot that one. Falconets trying to engage these forces, but they are unsupported. And will go down there. This falconet does get picked off by the siege elephants, and the Spanish player does fall back, or back out of the game. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.